So we'll just go ahead and get this dog and pony show on the road.
Yeah. Do it because I got so much to say.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for. All right, that's the ending. All right. Fuck. Real short this week.
3, 2, 1.
Prepare for battle, we're diving into a world unknown where legends begin. Jim, Christine, and Brian guiding the way. In Azeroth we'll conquer, there's no time to delay. Server restarted, we're ready to play. Join us now as we fight day after day. From dungeons to raids, we'll conquer it all. In the world of Warcraft, we'll never fall. Server restarted.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Server Restart In. It's a mostly weekly World of Warcraft podcast hosted by three opinionated players who like to get together to discuss their thoughts about the current state of the game. My name is Jim, and I am joined by Kristen
Hello.
and Brian.
Mellow.
And it is the official launch day of
Remix.
Remix. And what?
Wiki remix.
Yeah.
Remix.
No?
No, I gotcha. And
Oh, Mr. Ferocious is up again.
good for you. I'm
God,
not.
is she
engage-
playing
I'm
the
not-
game again while she's on the
Yes.
podcast?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so it's out. You make a new character on whatever realm you want to be because that's what realm it's going to get dumped into when it's done. It launched and it said 95 days left. It says 94 now, which is crazy because it hasn't even been
Hasn't
live
even
for
been
a
a
day.
day, yeah.
So I think that
That's
is an
pretty funny.
indication of the launch date for, at a minimum, pre-patch for the expansion, if not the expansion itself. Because
I mean, what does that put us at? That puts us
it's
at
like
late
3 months.
August, early September.
August, yeah.
Don't they normally give like?
They haven't said when it's going to launch, and that
But normally you get like a year to prepare or whatever, or like
that's like
August is like it's the end of mid-May now. So I mean that's not a year.
I mean, again, like they've been doing it, it's coming out fall or winter of this year. It's coming out by the end of the year, right?
Well, when did the tree patch come out? That was in December or November.
You talking about the 10.2 patch or 10.25 or whatever it was with Amir Drasil?
Last raid and everything.
I don't know, but I mean,
I felt like that was around November or something like that. I feel like that's the mark, right? All the way back to like Legion, whenever it was they dropped like 7.3, and then it was like a whole year until the expansion came out or something like that.
right, maybe. But they've like kind of combated that with like the seasons now. Like they did that in Shadowlands where they had like the season 4 stuff with the Awakened raids or the Faded raids or whatever, so that there was still.
I mean, I guess in terms of like, if you were to think about a year out, August or September actually isn't that bad for a pre-patch at all.
If it's the pre-patch, that might be okay. Where it's just like you get like the in-game events for whatever it's gonna be. I don't think anybody knows what it's gonna be. Probably trying to track down Anduin or something like that. You know, go trekking through the desert trying to find, old
Rhonda.
Yeah, no. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that. Hopefully they retire. Like they said that
Or
they're
die.
retiring and they turned it over to
Yeah.
her daughter, Chandris. Chandris
Whatever.
Ravenclaw. I don't know.
I don't
They all have
remember.
weird druid names.
I'm a druid and I don't even remember.
But yeah, they kind of step back, which is kind of nice.
Sure, they earned a retirement.
Yeah, they can go farm or something like that, like Thrall tried, and then get dragged back in.
Yeah, but Thrall was infinitely cooler than they were.
Yeah. So you make a time running character, starts at level 10. You get a little quest lane that gives you the cloak and all that stuff on the Timeless Isle, or what is that? What it is?
No.
Timeless Isles and stuff like that to start.
We're not
And
on the Timeless Isles.
That's where we started.
We
on-
did?
yes. The starting area when you first come in and you start talking to the Infinite Dragon Flight before you actually go into the first zone in Panda is on the Timeless Isles. It's
How did
on
we
the-
get
'cause
here?
I
Did we
tried
go
to pull the
through
world
a...
boss and died.
It doesn't. How did we get where?
How did we get back to over here? Because the Timeless Isles is way far. Did we take a portal?
You portal, yeah,
Yes.
you portal out.
The Eternus takes you to the boat.
Oh, I don't remember.
Either the
Yeah,
Alliance or
because
I wasn't paying
what's his name?
attention.
What's his name? Says, "Where did you come from? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Do this."
Yeah,
I
so-
was just too busy complaining.
yeah, somebody's got a lot of complaints.
I have a lot of
Oh,
and
no.
they're mostly around druids and the
Yeah.
mishandling of druids
They
and
effed them up.
Oh.
yeah.
They and
Well-
I told them, and they don't listen. I gave them my feedback during the weekend, whatever that they had where we could play
Was
it.
Kristen talking?
Yeah, I am. Can you not hear me?
I
Uh-oh.
thought I heard something going on.
Wait, you heard
Are
what?
you being funny?
I was
Oh.
casting some Blizzard there.
Oh.
He was.
Sorry, went over terribly.
I see. Yes.
That was
I've been
Blizzard's
talking.
refine. Oh,
Yes.
Kristen again?
Yeah.
You mean Frank? Or
No, Peter.
Peter? You mean
Peter.
Peter?
Yes, because Blizzard is terrible.
Oh.
They're bad with
Anyway,
names.
they infinite power 4. Yay. So druids have travel form, right? And you get travel form and it's cool and you run around normally on a ground mount and you don't have access to flight mounts, right? You don't get flight until I guess it's 30 now, right? I haven't leveled a character since it used to be 70 when you got flight form.
Right.
So anyway, it was 68 for druids, but either way. Anyway, then they changed it and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, once you got flight form, there was a tome that you could purchase, and you could purchase it in the Moonglade, and you could separate your flight form from your ground mount form. So if you just wanted to run around as a ground mount on your ground mount, which is one of the things that I used to really like to do, because I am a dork, but I really enjoyed just running around in cheetah form because cheetah was super cool. And so you could buy it in Moonglade. Well, Timeless Isles or Mr.
Remix.
Panda, whatever, we can't go to Moonglade to buy that, right? So it was giving us travel form, but it was giving us flight form, and the speed that your flight form was at was 100%, which is slower than I walk because my walking speed is 108%, right? What is it right now? 109% right now. So
Well,
in
that
flight
is because of
form,
the boost from the cloak, so it's probably normally 100%.
sure.
But
So in
anyway.
flight form, you were going as slow as walking. And
Ew.
because we're in Mists of Pandaria and it's a flight zone, it was automatically putting you into flight
Flight
form
form.
instead of ground mount form because ground mount form has you at 200% speed. It's the normal running speed when you're out of combat
On a mount.
on a mount.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I had logged out a couple of times to try it because I thought, oh, well, once I hit 20, that's when you're supposed to actually get the actual normal travel form, it'll fix itself. Well, it didn't, right? I think I hit 22 and it did. I had just hit 22 and I don't know if that was just whatchamacallit? What's the word I'm looking for?
Words.
Coincidence.
Coincidence. Yeah.
Yes, that's the word.
words.
I don't know if it was a coincidence or not, but as soon as I hit 22 and I hit my flight form, I don't have flight form anymore. I can't fly, but I have my ground mount speed, which is the only thing I fucking cared about because it goes 200%, so I can actually move quickly. And now it's kind of working. So we'll see what happens at 30 when I get there, because that's when you're supposed to get flight form. So maybe will actually move. But it kind of feels shitty because you have to use dragon riding. And the whole point of being a druid is using your forms, and being able to use your forms, that's, otherwise you might as well just be a regular non-shifting character,
Those fucking non-shifters.
Yeah, non-shifters, man. So it's annoying, right? Like super annoying.
Yeah, it's the problem is I think that they gave everybody the ability for mount, like riding. They gave them the like riding ability and the flight ability, right? At level 10, which is not normal. But they didn't give, so when they gave it to druids, they gave them the one that's appropriate for the zone you're in, which is either ground if it's a non-flying zone or flying if it is a flying zone, without any way to split it.
Yeah.
Like there's one glyph of the stars for Moonkin.
That's
right?
a glyph, though. These are tomes.
I understand, but I'm saying it's like but like that's something that I don't think you would normally be able to buy. But like the fact that there's not
Moonkins can't flap. We don't, because that's a tome that you buy at Moonglade.
Yeah,
so it's
it's
just
like
they did a shitty job.
Either it got left out, or it's somewhere where nobody has found it yet. Because like, there's nothing posted on any of the forums, nothing coming up on it, and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, those tomes should be available if they're unlocked.
If only fucking Blizzard listened to me.
Yeah, they should have listened and then put them in, and it would have been fine.
It's
like they initially, when we were doing it during the weekend, I'm like, shit, well, how am I gonna fucking, I can't cast Deathgate, so I can't go to a rune forge to rune forge my weapon, not realizing that there was a thing I could, it lets you just rune forge directly.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But like, it's the same thing with druids. They can't go to the Dream Grove or Moonglade.
Yeah.
So anything that's there, they should have access to somewhere.
Yeah.
Whether there is, like, I don't remember if there is a druid section anywhere in Mists.
I don't think so. Because you just took the portals usually to go back to main town. There were portals and
and now there's no leaving.
And there's
So and the other thing too that was annoying for her was the customization of the forms. It's like you have to do that in the barbershop.
There's no barbershop until you freaking get to.
It's in the Shrine of the Two Moons. It's outside the capital, like city in the main area. You have to like fly over there to find it.
Because I cannot use those stupid base vanilla forms. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I need to use my challenge mode shit.
Fucking lame.
Yeah.
Lame forms.
Lame forms.
But, and it's the same thing too. It's like if you don't, there's a rostrum there for your dragon riding mounts, because at first it's just like, what the fuck? Until you get to like Honeydew Village and then do the quest for Dragon Flight. There's a rostrum up top. It kind of like introduces you to it. So, but yeah, it's just like, there's just a bunch of things like that for quality of life stuff that's just kind of like, like
which is annoying.
The Druid Flight Form thing, it was kind of bullshit. It's like that was a known issue from the PTR that they didn't do anything with.
Have they acknowledged it yet?
No, there's no blue post on it or anything, but it appears to have been resolved somehow, whether they pushed a hot fix or something.
Or you just hit 22 and that's the magic number.
That just seems weird.
I agree.
That doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
It's like, I made a druid, so I'll check and see.
I mean, this is like, I think it takes you 3 to 5 days, I think is what I just heard, to...
Yeah, I heard where you heard that from. There's
to level, if you're going hard, I think, and just doing dungeons. And then then it's quicker on subsequent alts because you have the cloak already leveled up.
Sure, but it's not a straight linear experience curve. It gets faster over time because you gain plus experience as you go anyway. So it's like, oh yeah, it's like you're getting this much experience, but like the experience you gain is increasing. So you level faster as you level in anyway. So I don't know what the max stuff is for experience gain and all that stuff. I know it seemed to be out of whack because for a while I had double what Kristen had.
Yeah, and I have a lot of stamina. Like, let me tell you. Like my stamina, where am I at? I have 108 stamina.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
108
On the
stamina
cloak.
on the cloak. 23% experience gain.
Which is where I'm at now.
10 versatility, 12 speed, 11 mastery, 10 leech, 10 haste, 6 crit, and 13 intellect. So you tell me that
How much stamina?
108.
That's crazy.
So the first,
Like
the
what
first,
the fuck?
like 10 to 29, you get like 1 point of a stat when you get a thread. And I think there's a couple of levels after that. And like, I think the highest one you start getting like plus 12 things when you get a thread. So I don't know if there's a limit to the cloak. So no clue. But I don't know also that if you run an alt, if the alt can add to the cloak or it just gets the cloak up to the level of your highest character. And like it's just static until they get to that level and then they start doing I don't know how that's working either.
Yeah.
Haven't done any dungeons yet. First raid is available at like 25. Kind of like Season of Discovery.
I did a dungeon earlier. It
I
was
saw
actually
you.
pretty fun. Yeah.
I remember
yeah?
trying to do it. Yeah, he did Scarlet Halls Monastery.
Yeah. Which
One of those. Whichever ones was the
You can
Panda.
do the old dungeon? It's not
No,
just
there were the Panda Dungeons, Scarlet Monastery, and Skullomance, right? Those were like they redid those in Panda.
Oh.
So they're in here. You can queue for them. You can't go to them, but you can queue for them.
Huh.
And stuff. So yeah, those are in there. Because they were like Mr. Pandaria dungeons. Because they had redone those. Because they split the Scarlet stuff up into like new dungeons and whatnot. Which is what they are now. But then when they added the stuff now where you can go in and unlock the old versions of the dungeon, which is cool in retail. That's another thing. That gives you like Scourge stones, and you can get like old transmogs and stuff now.
That's
from
really
those old
cool.
ones, but we haven't done any scenarios. I think our scenario is 3-player,
Yes.
Yeah.
so we'll have to do some reporting on that at some point as the server restart in team. See what those are like. Because you went as a monk, right? You're a monk.
Yes, I followed the app, Jim.
Oh, did you? Oh yeah, the app that we sponsor.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh,
I mean, I'm a druid. I'm not a Zandalari feral druid like it told me to be, but I'm still a druid. So I had to laugh when it came up with druid. I was like, okay, right on.
You get 2 tokens right off the bat, and then you get it's 1 token to randomize, and then you get 2 additional tokens each time you click our link to serverrestartin.com.
Is that really how it works?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. And you have to spend 2 tokens to unlock Alliance.
Oh, I see.
Oh my God.
I used all my credits just random.
I just used the one. I just did the one.
It doesn't say anything about needing to click on it. I clicked on it though, and it gave me 2 tokens. I'm like, does it keep going up? It does.
Yeah.
Funny. That's fun. Oh, look, more stamina.
That's funny. Wow.
This is just telling me
drive
I
traffic.
should be a tank. Like, I feel like
So, okay, let's talk about cloak aside, just the gearing. I don't know how far you got, Brian. Like, what level are you?
I'm level 16 right now.
Okay.
nice.
So the way they kind of introduce the gear in the different slots is usually you'll get that piece of gear with that like kind of gem that goes in it. Like you get boots with the cogwheel trinket or the cogwheel gem and stuff like that. The helm gives you the meta gem kind of thing. So it's nice that you can pop the gems out. It's nice that you can combine the
I
gems
do like that a lot, yeah.
to up them. It's nice that you can get like a whole array of different powers to play around with, like the Tinker ones. It's like Meteor Storm's been pretty good.
I like Meteor Storm, actually.
Yeah, it just because it just went off.
It just went off.
when your abilities have a chance to do something that causes meters to fall down, do some damage, and stun them.
Oh, that's nice.
I have one called Quick Shot, which my abilities have a chance every 10 or 100% chance. I think it's every 10 seconds to trigger 4 to 7 auto attacks.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Just like instantly,
Awesome.
it'll just go
Yeah,
and just like chunk the
That's
fuck
cool.
out of them.
it really does.
It's pretty fucking cool. And then I got like Cold Front is another one where it has a chance to put shields on everybody that like allies in the area, not even people in the parties, like absorb shields, like frost shields on people, and like it slows the enemies and stuff like that. Okay, it's just interesting gameplay.
That part is neat. Like I have disengage as druid, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I have a Spirit Walk as a DK, so it removes stuff and increases your removes like movement impairments and stuff. So it's neat that you get like some abilities to play, because I know you had Heroic Leap and all that stuff.
I still have heroic.
Right,
Leap.
you
I
have
just
the gem
changed.
for it.
I've just changed it out because I wanted to try the disengage. The disengage is on, I think, maybe a shorter cooldown, 30 seconds as opposed to 20 seconds for disengage. Heroic Leap, I think, is 30 seconds.
So I mean, it's like it's neat, that it's kind of it kind of reminds me of the way Corruption was working.
Yeah, it does.
Where
actually.
like you would get like special abilities on your gear, except now you can control it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If oh god, I would hope they put a Twilight Devastation gem in there. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I remember that one.
Twilight
I don't think
Devastation,
that they
was
would
so
have.
fun.
They were.
No, I know.
They were. These are just abilities that other classes have.
Yeah,
Like.
I know.
Yeah.
And apparently, not all your transmogs are available.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Dragonflight ones aren't in there.
Yeah. Like the stuff from like the new Dream Grovey, not Dream Grovey, but the Emerald Dream area. Like my transmogs that I normally wear.
Well, none of the tier sets even are in there
Yeah.
from Dragonflight,
Yeah.
which is weird, and I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see if that's just kind of like an oversight, or if they're just, or what. I mean, I don't see what the big deal of having it in there. Like, I got my Plunder Lord one. That's in there. But that also wasn't, whatever. So, yeah. So, it's, I don't know. What are you thinking about it, Brian?
I love it. I love it so much. I think it's fascinating that they were able to bring back the leveling experience in a way where you don't feel like you're still glossing over a lot of it, but it really doesn't feel that way. Like, whereas before, if you just go and level stuff, like you're just going to skip straight through everything. And it's more annoying than anything else.
Yeah. It was more just blow through it, not pay attention. I mean,
yeah,
you can pay attention here, but even then, it's like I know all this shit because I leveled.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
Characters.
You're not really like getting far ahead of yourself, other than the damage you do. That's it. Even the flying feels like dragon flying feels like it just fits right in. It's amazing.
And I don't know if that's just because the zones are so big, or if it's just because we're so used to being able to bounce around between questing hubs. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't feel out of place, and I don't know if that's just because like initially it's been so long since we did it initially, but like every other time I've gone through it, you have flying. So like, well, we had flying.
Was it? We had flying, didn't we, the whole time?
When we came out there? This isn't one of the ones where they didn't have flying, right?
Oh, I think it is, actually.
Ooh. I just got
I don't think we had flying right off the bat.
I don't remember if this was one of those.
Yeah, because you couldn't. Because remember, like the main area, the main zone.
You couldn't get into
like
the main zone until you did a quest to unlock it.
Right.
But maybe you couldn't fly. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't actually remember.
There is currently right now a Twitch drop. I don't know if you saw it. It's the Eye of the Legion pet, which was the TCG pet. So from the 16th until May 30th. So it's a Twitch drop. Just watch it 4 hours or whatever. So
I know I left it on earlier. I got it. I forgot to grab it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm there yet. Getting close, probably.
Woo, 22% haste.
But
Please.
so yeah, this is obviously there are some flaws in the design. Mainly around druids. Probably specifically around
I
druids.
mean, it could be much worse though, right? Like it's actually pretty amazing. Like how
it's easy to say that
really
if you're
is.
not impacted by that.
Yeah.
Because
It was
like
not
well,
fun.
I mean, you have to consider like I wrote all that code for all the different combinations of characters, right? If you consider it from that perspective, like, I mean, at least they did something a little. I mean, I don't know why it would be screwed up, but
I
you
mean,
know,
the problem isn't, that they didn't put a lot of effort into it and all that stuff. It's just it feels targeted when there's like that's like your favorite class, and like it just feels like they ignored it, kind of, or just didn't consider or didn't look at the feedback from the thing and address it.
yeah.
Or maybe they did address it and something got fucked up on their end and whatever, which is bad quality control on their part, or making sure that change got pushed in or something like that. I don't know.
I'm sure quality control is
Not a thing.
not a thing. Yeah.
But I mean, they changed all the quests to it doesn't give you gear anymore. It gives you the chests, which are all like randomized, I guess. I guess at a certain point in the leveling process, they have 100% chance to give you like the helm in the meta gem, right? Like there's certain quests, like, and I don't know if it's based on your level, if it's based on the quest or whatnot, that you will get those items, but for the most part, it's pretty much just random. Whether you even get anything other than bronze.
Where you get 112 stamina.
Yeah. I guess we're up to 112 now.
No, 114.
Jesus Christ. But, I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's been fun.
I mean, it's fun. Like, Jim and I are just running around, killing things, doing quests, and it's relaxing. It doesn't feel, terrible.
Oh, one big thing, too, that I forgot about is that you can invite
Oh, yeah, the guild.
time runners into retail guilds.
Yep.
Which you whispered me asking for a guild invite. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't have a
I had
guild.
no idea. Like
So
there was even.
I looked it up,
You
and they're like,
couldn't.
yeah, no, you can. So I went in and got Kristen in, and then had her add me, or added you into it before I logged back over, got added into it, and and now you're in the guild. And like, if you're, no matter what you open in the guild, and the character has an hourglass next to him in the guild list, so you can see that they're time running instead of retail and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll probably do one character of each armor class up to a certain point to get like the equipment, because the equipment transmog, because I think you can buy everything on one character, which means you can buy like the transmogs for other classes, other than there's a few class specific ones, which I'm not sure. I have to do some research on that. But at least level up to at least get one piece of armor for each slot for each armor type.
I still wish, and sure, it would have been a logistical nightmare, but I wish they would have let us level in mists, like talent trees and mists, roll it back to whatever it was, 5.4 or whatever, and let us level like that, because there would have been so many warlocks, because warlock was so much fun. Running and casting, so much fun.
Yeah.
I
If
don't know why
anything-
they take that away, because it's so much fun.
If anything, it would have been the end of Mist talent trees. So I don't know. I don't remember if that was still viable at the end of Mist, or if that was like an early Panda build.
Wasn't Mr. Pandaria the one that started the weird talent things?
No,
Were you just like
that was Cataclysm, because that did a lot of weird
No,
shit.
Cataclysm has talents.
Oh, you talking about just the tracks?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I think
Yeah.
it was. I think
I think
you
it was too.
picked a spec and it was just the talents in that spec as opposed to the talent trees
Mm-hmm.
where you could do hybrid stuff, which I do miss. Which
Yeah, I do as well.
I think that
Really?
Yes.
hybrid.
Yes.
I made a Destro.
Oh, hold on. You mean old system?
Like Lich King, like talent trees, where you had
I-
and you
yeah,
can
yeah.
put your points in whatever, and you could
Yeah,
build
yeah.
hybrid classes as opposed to just having a
Yes.
Frost DK talent tree. So we kind of got back a little bit to that, where they have the class talent tree and the spec talent tree, and I think the hero talents are going to be like another bridge between the
Mhm.
three specs, and kind of maybe do a little bit of that, so you might get some stuff like that, but it's not going to be quite like it was, because I remember the end of Lich King just banging out all kinds of different fucking like specs. I think I like a warlock thing. I did a bunch of stuff that was nuts. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Quick thoughts on it. You know, it seems like it's gonna be fun for the most part once they iron everything out and do everything they should have done, like for druids.
Yeah. I will
That
say
would
once I
make-
hit 30, what
If they fix all the druid stuff, that'll just make my experience that much better.
it will, because he will not have to listen to me complaining about it. Yes.
That's
So,
funny.
did you hear that, Blizzard? If you like Jim, oh look, more stamina. I'm not even kidding. Like, that is the thing that I get. I wonder if it's not everybody else's experience, because that's not what you had.
You're also way ahead of me now.
I'm not way ahead of you.
On threads, probably. You're like 2 achievements ahead of me on that.
Mm.
Like, I don't even think I've hit Infinite Power 3 yet.
Oh.
So I don't want to hear it.
I have to do that just so I can frickin' be competitive with you, because
It's not a competition.
you get no, but I would like to maintain the same amount of experience gain as you're getting, so that way we can kind of be similarly.
It's okay. Everything's scaled. Like, the zones are scaled.
Yeah, I know,
So
but
it's fine.
it's just frustrating.
You can just stay up all night and play while I sleep, and then I'll play catch up.
No, I'm not
Then-
gonna do that. I gotta work tomorrow too, so
Yeah. Fun times.
yeah.
All right.
You do too, so
Yes. I should work tomorrow.
yes.
Take more pills tonight. Hopefully I wake up better. Anyway, Yeah.
XP gain.
anything else? Initial thoughts on it. I mean, short and sweet. Don't think there's still a lot we haven't touched on it. So I think next week we'll probably have more of an in-depth look into some of this stuff. So yeah. So check back here next week for the remix episode. But yeah, so thanks everybody for listening. Hope you guys are enjoying WoW Remix. You don't even have to own Dragonflight. Just have an active sub, just like Classic or any of the other stuff. So Season of Discovery.
I will say
Oh.
that WoW has been pretty good in that regard, right?
Not requiring purchasing of other
Yeah.
things and stuff. Yeah.
In that you get, for your $15, you get a pretty good value. You get a lot of games that you could play.
It's gone up. Like, the value of that $15 a month has gone up. Because at first it was just retail.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
what
it
I'm
was
saying.
classic.
And now
And,
you've got
yeah.
all of these things that you can do. So you've got choices. So if you don't feel like doing, retail, you can go play classic, or you can go, you know what I mean? So I will say in that regard, I think that for the value that you're getting for the game.
I think if they can take all of these expansions and make a remix version of them and just put them on a cycle and stuff like that, so, or like maybe even have 1 or 2 up, and you could do... They need
just leave them up all the time. There's no cycle
Well,
thing. That's more like a season, and I hate those seasons.
Again, the problem with that is you're making it so that I don't know. We'll see. If this is the new leveling scheme instead of the Chromie time stuff, I'm for it.
Well, it's kind of dumb because we already had Chromie time.
That's what I'm saying. This is better than Chromie time.
Yeah.
Infinitely better than Chromie time, because not only do you get to level through a different
Couldn't
patch
you
or whatever
already
this-
level through this through Chromie time?
You could do for Chromie time, but it was just like you blew through it, and like you wouldn't complete it. There was no end game in it, right? This has an end game.
Yeah, and again, yes, I think that is something that they should look into, in that raids. I don't want to say it should be like Final Fantasy, right? But maybe giving an option, right, where you could scale to a raid or not scale to a raid, right? So think about, right, Molten Core, right? You could click a toggle and your gear is all scaled to what it would be. And you could go in and have a big raid group, 40 men, get 40 men together and go do that.
Why's it gotta be men?
Women, men, women, people, right? Doesn't matter. Gender neutral, gender fluid, doesn't matter. People. Or you could keep it so it, so that way you've still got the people who want to just go through, blast through it and do this. Or you can get maybe special sets for doing it like that.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know what I mean? Gear that is comparable to the other stuff. Now, that is hard because those things have way less mechanics, right? Just thinking of Molten Core, way less mechanics than we have in new raids. And if you can get gear, people are just going to run those old raids, right? Rather than running the new raids, because, why would you do 10 mechanics when you can do 1? I mean, I would not. I would like 1 back, please.
I think that the only downside to Remix right now, because you can go farm a bunch of transmogs and all that stuff, it's great. And you got end game where you hit level 70 and you can do all this stuff, it's great, right? The problem is that you have to use character slots on it. And if you don't, because there's going to be certain things I think that might still be character bound to that character. And it's just like, but if you don't have character slots, so they need to fix that part of it, right?
Wait, what do you mean?
It doesn't change. You don't get new character slots. You still have a max of 60 characters on your account, meaning that if you fill up all your characters and they keep adding new stuff, you either have to delete characters.
Well, I mean, that's where, or they could just extend the number of character slots.
Which I agree with that, but they haven't even brought any of that stuff up.
I mean, because 60 is a lot for people.
60 is a lot.
But again, this also goes back to what we were saying before, where they should have provided an opportunity for you to go back on your max level character to do this cloak and to gather these things. You know what I mean? They should have provided that opportunity, so that way I didn't have to make my alt's name is unnecessary because this is an unnecessary character. I don't need this character. It's an unnecessary character.
You just WoW doxed yourself.
Nobody is, literally nobody cares what my WoW character is. But That is because this is an unnecessary character. I don't need any more druids. I have a bazillion druids.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
You have like what, 3 druids?
Sure, but that's only because I can't have any more. But anyway, that's fine. But I think that they should have made it so you could go through on your main character, and you didn't have to do it with
Yeah. No, I know.
With an alt, because then that would obviously have alleviated that.
That's a harder thing to do because
okay, yes.
Well, no, I understand, but that might if this is successful and there's enough, people suggesting to make it so that you can take your main character and do it that way because you like to just play one character and you don't want to make another character.
Yeah.
They'd have to find a way to, while you're in time running, to, you have to be able to switch, right? And you could bring them over as a time runner, and then it would have to like de-level them essentially, and you'd have to re-level and put them in a time, but you have to have like a separate time running state. But then at the end, what happens, like, because the characters are going to become normal characters, so that is a difficult problem to solve, and maybe they're working on it, and it's just maybe it's like they just wanted to get this out there now, just as the experimental PvE thing, and worry about that later if this is even something they're going to continue to pursue. This as much as people are enjoying this, it may not drive enough for people to want to keep doing it. You know what I mean? So,
well, and part of that problem though is because there's issues with it.
Sure, but I mean, again, they got a fast feedback loop for resolving issues and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, This is longer than I think that we were going to go.
It is.
And unfortunately,
sorry, I got that brilliant idea as we were.
You do not have to apologize for having a brain and thinking things. Okay?
That's good. I'm glad I don't have to apologize for having a brain.
So we'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. You can check us out at serverrestartin.com. And we will catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Ryan says bye too, but he had to go.
Yes.
Join